Columbia City man who was in prison for dealing meth just had more than 30 years cut off of his sentence. And he can thank President Obama for making it happen.
News Channel 15's Holly Campbell is live in our newsroom tonight with more on why the president decided to make Asher Adkins a free man.
Asher Adkins is one of 214 people who had their sentences commuted. He was 16 years into a 52-year sentence, and at 79 years old, there was little doubt he would have died in prison until now. A White House list with 214 names. But for the second person on the list, Asher Adkins, it's the key to freedom. The prisoners chosen were sentenced under harsh and outdated sentencing guidelines, according to a White House blog. Adkins would have likely died in prison. Now he'll be out in December. He's been serving a 52-year sentence for drug-related charges we first brought to you 17 years ago.
This is a story of perseverance, dedication, and patience.
Then the story was about finding Adkins and putting him up for good.
Now Asher Adkins' taste of freedom is definitely over.
Adkins was a wanted man after fleeing the country the night before his case would go to trial for trafficking meth from California to sell in Indiana.
We developed information that he was in Mexico within 2 days after leaving. And that's where he spent his time.
U.S. Marshal John Beeman spent years trying to find Adkins.
5.5 years, it becomes personalized, kind of, you want to see an end to this at some point in time.
And so it did one night at a South Carolina grocery store. After being captured, it was here in the year 2000 that Adkins was sentenced to more than 50 years behind bars in a federal prison. Since that day, he's been fighting his sentence from inside his jail cell at the federal prison in Terre Haute, a battle he no longer has to fight thanks to a list. I reached out to Beeman today, who told me he didn't know Adkins was on that list. He says he hasn't really thought about that case too much over the past 17 years, and he did not want to comment on the president's decision. Live in the newsroom, Holly Campbell, News Channel 15.